All right, all right, all right. Let's whip this around. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I see you, Brother Nesbitt, Nicholas. I see you, Demetrius Turner. I see you, Matthew Ramos. Feel free to share this conversation that we're going to have today. I see you, Brother Lance Kelly, as well. I've put it in all of our groups, and let me make sure. I see you, Brother Lance, that I'll be able to see you guys here as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I also put it in our Telegram groups. It's going to be a very informative conversation that we're going to have. George, what's going on, George? Congratulations on your success. I know you've been waiting for something for a very, very long time, and I'm glad to see that this is something that's working for you right now. Congratulations. What's going on, Brother Prelvis? Daryl Weston, oh, much congratulations to you. I know what Daryl's sitting on. Congratulations, Daryl. Much success to you and your family as well. There she is. That's my cousin, my executive assistant, Miss Marnita Casa. I want to give you a congratulations as well. You are doing the thing. Congratulations, congratulations. Like I said, feel free to share. This is one of those topics that I do that I only like to do once, and I only need to do it once. So you feel free to be able to share it to others who would love to have maybe a little bit more better clarification on what this movement is all about, and what people that is not in the movement may be saying about it. You don't know who to listen to. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's false. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things, and hopefully you guys will have a little bit better clarity. I will also create a short video to be a little bit more detailed as well, that people can use. This is more of a conversation that we're having. And let me do a couple of other things on here in our groups before I get started. Feel free to say hello. Let's see, 5-day challenge. Yeah, we got that one. This normally works on my iPhone, and I'm doing this from the Android. Okay, let's comment. Oh, that's why I put the wrong thing. And all right, well, it's not working right for me on here. All right, so let me go ahead and begin, because I tried not to be long today. Welcome, welcome. I see you, Neil Brooks. I see you, Bitcoin Mike from Belgium. Congratulations to you on your success. Well, I have been, if you guys have been following me, I've been a little bit under the weather for the last maybe almost 2 weeks. And I tried to come back sooner than I was supposed to, and the doctor told me not to, and I suffered from it. So I took some time off. I'm not supposed to be back until tomorrow morning, when I do my crypto talk, and then I'm doing the Get Fit presentation after that. But circumstances have prompted me to come out a little bit early, and to share some information that normally I could care less about and I ignore, but my name keeps popping up, and members of our community who really don't understand what's happening and going on, and every time they see something on social media, they get spooked by it, they get concerned, and they want to know my opinion. And instead of me having to answer every single time, it's better that I make a public statement. I only have to do it once, if that makes sense. So let me start off by saying this. If you're a part of Get Fit Mining on the Avalanche Network and you have earned rewards from this, type me in the comments section. If you're a part of this Avalanche build and you've made money, or I don't like to use the word you've made money, you've earned rewards and you didn't have to recruit anybody to do it, and you didn't have to sell a physical product and convince grandma to drink your miracle juice, type me in the chat box. I say that for a reason, because one of the first big negative comments that I'm hearing from people is that this is another one of those Ponzi schemes that you have to recruit people to make money, where you need to take new money to pay old people, and those things never last. And I agree. Those are Ponzi schemes where there is no use case of the project. The project is just another front for a money game. So before I get into these comments, let's go back to the beginning. You know, when I first heard about Get Fit Mining from the person who told me, my partner, Mr. Peter Blackwell, I did not immediately join Get Fit Mining when I was first told about it. It sounded interesting, but I was already a part of Move to Earn apps like Stepin and Sweatcoin that had the same type of concept of, we want to reward you for your physical activity. We want to incentivize you to do what you should already be doing, and that is working out and getting fit and healthy. You see, the biggest problem in the health and wellness industry is not the diseases that we are attempting to tackle. The biggest problem and obstacle is people being motivated to actually take action, which is why every year for New Year's resolutions, people say, I want to make more money and I want to lose weight. And it never works, because we're never motivated to continue on the process of doing what we need to do anyway. So if you have a program, company, or project that is able to tackle that big problem, you're going to have a winner. So when I first heard of this, we were coming from a situation where most people in the crypto space are burnt out and tired of the scams, the schemes, the rug pulls, the Ponzi's, the mishopes and promises of guarantees that have never worked out. So for my community, I don't say my people, because nobody belongs to me, but the community we've created with my company, ILCA, I wanted to be able to have something that everybody could be a part of with no barrier of entry, that allowed you to have a win in the crypto space with as much less risk as possible, to have a win, to make a little bit of money in the crypto space without the fear of that you're going to lose your life savings, your life, your house, your car, and all of that. So the concept of Get Fit Mining took to me because it took the average person, and the ultimate goal was, what if we could take the average person to show them how to earn $500 to $1,500, not a day, not a week, but a month, in an extra income to use to pay their grocery bills, to use to pay for their gas in their car, to combat high inflation, to be able to pay for school clothing for your kids, to pay down the credit card debt, pay your car note. Something like that. And actually extra money to use to take the education that we have been providing to diversify in the crypto space. So now you have a little bit of money to start. Because when I started crypto, I only started with $30. If you've got the education, you don't need much. So, leading by example, if I could show people how to take a little bit of profit that they've earned and flip that into building a portfolio, that was a win. That's my first thought when I saw Get Fit Mining. I did not join yet because then I needed to do my research. So this was not on the Binance chain. I mean, the Avalanche chain. It was on the Binance chain. Get Fit Mining is not new. You may just be hearing about it, but it's been around for almost 3 years in a beta phase to tweak this thing out, to get it to work right the average way. And when I saw it, it intrigued me because of other move to earn apps on the market. Instead of me being on the outside and acting like I'm a know it everything crypto guy, like a lot of the critics actually do, instead of me just taking a glance at it and then just coming up with what I think it is, I actually contacted the creator and asked to interview her and her entire team. This was back in March, before we engaged. See, this is when we talk about doing your research and making informed decisions and informed public statements on something. I do my research. I contacted the creator and her team, and I didn't have a private conversation that a lot of leaders like to do. Say, yeah, I had a private conversation with the creator, and I'm convinced that this thing's going to work. And you guys should follow me because I say it's going to work because I actually met with the owner. No. I'm going to put the creator of it in front of all of you so that you can make your own decision regardless of what I decide to do. Because what may be good for me may not be good for you. If this is making sense, type me in the comment section. This is what I did. I put her in front of all of you. And then as a community, we could talk about this. We can say, and you know what happened? I had a game plan on when I decided I was going to execute it. It was members in our community who came to me and said, nah, B, you need to up that timeline. We need to get this thing rolling right now. That's what happened. So I pulled the trigger sooner than I was personally prepared to do for the community. Because the community liked what they saw. And you know what we were excited about back then? We were excited about the prospect of making $7 a day. $7 a day. That's what we were excited about. One of our members, after 5 weeks of using the app and the service, made $172 after 5 weeks. And we were excited about that. You want to know why? Because she made $172 off of work she was going to do anyway. You're going to be physically active anyway. Your phones are already tracking all of your data anyway. And we were excited about that because that's an extra $172 that she could use for any expenses that she might have. Now, what went wrong during this time period? Because when we got started, as I told you, Get Fit Mining wasn't new. It was still in beta stage, but there were people who were a part of this project 2 years before we came on board. We just made a whole lot of noise about it because of who we are. We pushed the GFAM token that was being mined on the Binance chain from less than 0.002 cents all the way past 1 penny. So we saw what was possible with the growing community. And how we make this self-sustaining ecosystem work is if the community grows, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not work if there's nobody there to use it. So while we were growing the community, this is the catch-22. The people who were involved before we came on board that was not growing the community, they decided to sell the tokens they had been mining all that time and waiting for the value of it to come up, which is in their right to do. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's the point. So they started to sell. And they were selling at a point faster than a community large enough to create a self-sustaining ecosystem, and the value of the token started to come back down. The mistake that was made, and this is nobody's fault, the mistake that was made was that when we came on board, we were being incentivized to come on board with special offers and special deals, like getting 6 Omegas for $250. By doing that, because the idea was if we can get leaders on board from the networking community, then that community can share it with others and build a bigger community in a very fast way. So we want to incentivize them by giving them an 80% discount on the cost of the miners. The problem with that is we skipped building the ecosystem that helps to sustain the self-sustaining ecosystem. If you're already given Omegas, you're not purchasing it at a lower price and evolving them up, which money comes right back to the ecosystem. Now, if you're brand new hearing me, none of this is going to make sense to you, but I just want to be on record as stating this, so that if you do your research, it will make sense to you later if you watch this again. So we skipped like 50% of the process to keep and maintain a self-sustaining ecosystem, and these same networkers did not bring in the numbers necessary that could have withheld the sell pressure from the early people. So the token price came back down. So we're at a catch-22. The creator of the project, Lynette, is like, how do I prove that this works? To me, it was still only theory at the time. It's still only theory. I haven't seen proof. 2.5 years, 3 years, there's not proof that this could work, which is why the critics who's running their mouths today weren't saying nothing then, because there was nothing happening. So she made a decision and said, we need to have a fresh start. And we need to do it in a way that is actually designed the way the smart contract is designed to do, from beginning to end. We can't have special deals for the networkers. We can't have special promos going on. Hey, y'all remember, I used to be giving away miners every presentation. Remember Spin the Wheel? I got people telling me that, hey, Brandon, you going to give away some miners? Hell no, I'm not giving away no doggone miners. You understand the value of that? What that's going to be? Gala miners came out at $500 a node. They're worth more than $140,000 today. Hell no, I'm not giving away no miners. But anyways, the creator of the project said, I need to prove that this can work. We're going to do a relaunch on the Avalanche chain. This announcement came to mixed reviews, including from me, because it made it seem to those of us that put in the work that we came in from March to build GFAM past a penny, to attempting to provide more liquidity in June with the MQT on the Binance, that didn't work the way we thought it was going to work. And now we got something new for a third time. Me personally, I thought that was going to be too much for the community, and we didn't have enough people to support that move. So I understood why. I just didn't believe that it would be successful. And I went on record, and listen to me closely when I say this. I went on record and I said, I believe this has a 80% chance of failing. Let me repeat. I went on record publicly and said that I believe this has an 80% chance of failure. If that's the case, why did I still get involved anyway? Why did I still get position? Oh, I got position. I'm not stupid. Because I've learned something in crypto. And again, this is where education is so important. I've learned, one, I don't trust what anybody says in crypto, especially about projects and companies and the creators of it, because of course they're going to say their project in a very good light. Of course, the promoters of it are going to talk about it in a very positive light because they want you to join. I'm not a hype guy. I'm not a cheerleader. The only thing I cheerlead for is my own company, ILCA, and my brand. But my education has taught me that. Anytime I hear something, I ask myself this: what if they fail by 90%? If they fail by 90%, can I still make a profit off the 10% they got right? Because if I can still profit off the 10%, then I go in and I make a move based on my criteria to be safe in crypto. I've got 4 rules I always teach. Education is key. Education is everything. Never use money you can't afford to lose. Always get your money back as fast as possible. Whoa, I just saw balloons popping up. How'd that happen? Those are the three. There's a 4th rule, but those are the 3 main things. So if you live by my code that I teach in education, you'll never be in a situation that even if you get involved in a project and it fails, that you're assed out, that you lost. You'll never be in that situation. And again, I tell you, I started this space with $30. That's all I needed. So I said, yeah, there's a 20% chance she'll succeed. So that doubles what I say about a 10%. So I still got involved and I got positioned. I just did not have the belief that it would succeed. Not because of what these ass clown critics right now, the BS that they're talking about, which I'm gonna cover in a moment. Not because I had a failure of belief of the smart contract. The smart contract is perfect. It's code. It's math. 2 plus 2 will always be 4, regardless of what I believe, what I hope. That's perfect. The lack of faith I had was in the people, because people are not. And I did not believe the people would do the things necessary to allow this project to get off the ground, to have success. And we still are not completely there yet. We are about 25% there. We're not 100% there yet. We are still so early on. So understand, me speaking to you right now is not me to convince you to be a part of this project and convince you that this is going to work. Because I can't. I can't guarantee that. I can't convince you of that. I only state the facts and how to maneuver with the facts that you have on hand going forward in the safest way possible. If that makes sense, type me in the chat box. So I'm not cheerleading for Get Fit Mining or MoveQuest. I'm also speaking to you as a crypto expert on the outside looking at this project. So I didn't believe there's enough people necessary to see this project out in a long-term basis for it to be successful. I still do believe that most people still have the get-rich-quick mindset, especially when it comes to crypto, that I'm just trying to get my money and that's it. Screw long-term, screw the other people, screw the project. I'm just trying to get mine. The beautiful thing about the smart contract is that it is able to withstand even that mentality, and it's been proven. So that was what I thought when this avalanche first launched July 22nd. I was wrong. I am glad to say, I was wrong. How many people can admit that they were wrong about something? How many people always want to make excuses that everybody else, it has nothing to do with them? No, I admit it. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. I was wrong. Documentation beats conversation. So the project launched, and it launched at $1. At this point, it is in the open market. There's nothing there is no company. There's nothing that can be done after that part for the programmers and whatnot to do anything at that point. It's what is the market going to do? What does the market feel the value of this project is? How will the market use this? If you've read the Bitcoin white paper, it was not designed to be a store of value. It was designed to be the new day-to-day payment system for the world. But that's not how the people used Bitcoin when it first came out, and they're still not using it in that fashion today, which is why you have all these other altcoins that are coming out. The people are using Bitcoin as a store of value like it's digital gold. There's nothing Satoshi Nakamoto could do about that. So once it's on the open market, the project is in the people's hands. And this is where I was wrong. The people, the small community that we did have, did something amazing. They actually worked in conjunction with each other as a community to help lift this project. So instead of a project launching and then being a pump and dump where the people who get in early sell all their coins and it drops all the way down and now it looks like a pump and dump and nobody from the outside wants to come in and buy it, instead the project stabilized at the top. Was there selling that went on? Of course there was. And then something happened that I have never seen before in my entire career in crypto, and I've seen a lot. I know how to trade. I made my money in crypto. From everything that I've got in crypto started with me learning how to trade it. So there's one guy out there that's acting like I don't know what I'm talking about from trading, and I got to give it up. Y'all in iCoin Pro, y'all were the first ones to teach me. I'll give you a shout out. You're the first ones to teach me. But I use that knowledge greatly to my benefit. So I know how to read the charts. I know what the charts are telling me. I know what the numbers mean. And I saw something I never saw before because nobody had ever done it before. Oh, is it cutting out for you guys? This is why I don't go live too much in the backyard. No matter what, reception can be spotty. Please let me know that this is coming through clearly. Because I'm about to get to the good stuff. I just wanted to set the foundation, how we got to where we are now for the clowns on the back that have something negative to say. Yeah, it is my signal. I just need to know, are we clear or not? All right. I don't know. If I go inside, let me go inside and see if I get a better, clear signal. Yeah, no, I'm still alive. I'm getting a bad signal outside, so I'm gonna go somewhere else. It's a little clearer. Yeah. Yeah, go here. All right, let's see if we can have a better, clearer signal for you guys. Let me know. Brother Davis, you say I'm good? All right. Yeah, that's better. We've had a lot of, you guys been paying attention to the news. Fires out there, and weather's acting funny. All right. Okay. Let me bring it down a little bit. All right, so I almost lost my train of thought there. I hate when that happens. Oh, the launch. Launched at $1, went all the way to all-time high of $4.90 in the first 24 hours. Oh yeah, I was talking about the one thing that happened that I had never seen before. iCoin Pro never saw this, never taught me this, because it's never happened before. The smart contract kicked in and did what it was designed to do. And so when there was an influx of sell pressure, the smart contract kicked in and forced the price to go right back up. It raised my eyebrow just a bit, all right? I was like, okay. Is that a one-off? Is that, something to expect? So I then waited, about 2 weeks went by, and the price fluctuated between $4.40 all the way to $2.50, $2.30, somewhere around there. And then all of a sudden, as more people started to get involved and seeing what's going on, because remember what I said, that we were excited about people making $7 a day? We were seeing people at this time making $100 to $150 a day when the price was only at $3 a coin. And then it doubled itself. It went to more than $6. Then my eyebrow really went up, and we had our first big test when that happened. And people, the critics started to pay attention, like, yeah, but what happens when everybody sells, right? What happens when this dumps? So it happened where somebody sold like $27,000, $28,000 worth right on the spot. The price came down. People started to panic a little bit. Said, uh-oh, what about the whales? What if the whales, will everybody panic? Smart contract kicked in, and it went to another all-time high. It shot up past $20. Then something else happened. It got to about $34 a coin, $32 a coin. We had another test. Somebody sold for $87,000. And I keep saying somebody, like, I don't have a pretty good idea who it is, because I think I do. But a spoiler came in and sold at around $86,000, $87,000. What happened? The price dropped from $32 to $27. And then something amazing happened. Within the same day, within hours, it reached a new all-time high of $46. It almost doubled in price the same day. So now I'm starting to see a pattern happen. Every single time there's a major sell-off, the smart contract kicks in and adds liquidity right back and brings it up to another higher position. This is why that works the self-sustaining ecosystem. Self-sustaining ecosystem kicks in. Just a sidetrack, the difference between a centralized organization and a decentralized. When you have a centralized crypto project, whether it's an exchange, a company, a business, whether it's the Winklevoss twins, whether it is Sam Bankman-Fried or CZ from Binance, how did they become multi-billionaires in such a short period of time? Because everything dealing with the blockchain incurs transaction fees and gas, and they take a little cut of profit for themselves. When a decentralized smart contract, 90% of what would be profit to a company goes right back into the system to maintain it. It feeds itself. That's what self-sustaining ecosystem actually means. For those that really actually want to learn about it. The critics right now, I'm realizing they don't want to understand it, because they could if they wanted to. They just need something negative to say about it that sounds good enough to scare their own people from wanting to join. That's what's really happening. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm just telling you how we got to where we are right now. So then, we saw another major test. A big test. The token reached $100 a coin. What's interesting is the creator of the project I had a quick convo with at the end of August, and she said, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to $25 by the end of August. And I said, oh, hell no. At best, maybe $10, maybe 10. But no. What was it? a week and a half into September, no, a week into September, it went up to $110. 110. Then what happened? There was sell pressure happening. And a lot of people who were selling, some were taking profit. A lot of people were using it to evolve their miners to a higher mining power. But it reached right below $100, and that one individual, because I know it's one individual, we know the wallet address, I call them a spoiler. They're not a member of the community. They have no long-term aspirations of this project, don't care really. And they're parasites. These are individuals that look for good projects that are coming up, and then they go out there and want to siphon off of the community that's excited about it, and then also want to create fake coins on a different blockchain to try to steal money from you guys. These are parasites, and every project has them. It's to be expected. And those parasites could be the ones that kill projects. But we were tested. Same person did a $307,000 sale. $307,000 sale. The price dropped from $99 to $74. When the pattern that I've watched, I challenged this individual if they even know what they're doing. You want to know one of the things iCoin Pro taught me? It taught me, when you're trading, never be the whale. When you're trading, never do one trade more than $10,000. Because if you do, then you are the market mover. Everything else moves based on you, and that's even on a centralized exchange. But decentralized exchange selling and buying works differently than a centralized exchange does. So while this individual probably thought they sold at $99, they actually sold at $74. And then this individual did something that was incredibly even more, I gotta watch myself, more mysterious, came in and bought again because the smart contract kicked in. And while I'm sure this individual expected the price to continue to drop so that they can buy back in on the dip, which is what a lot of these parasites do, instead of that happening, almost immediately, the price went in the opposite direction because the smart contract kicked in and it went way above. And this person bought back in, I think at like $115, and inadvertently pushed the price up to $125. So in Bitcoin 101, we teach, you buy low, you sell high. What this person was doing was selling low and buying high. I was laughing when I was watching it live. I'm like, this person doesn't know what they're doing, but they are a spoiler. So you have to watch out for those. And then after it went up to a 125, that as a price was actually higher than what the current community size in, the current day-to-day activity should actually be supporting. And so you see it start to come down and settle. My settle, and I'm just using this as a professional, I see settle range between $50 to $100. So I'm not shocked if the price, even at right now, were to drop to that $50 to $60 range, settle range. Calm down a bit before there is even more, either more community grows or more of the people who own the token start to sell some more, and it kicks in the smart contract. So we're settling now between what, $89, $92 a coin the last 48 hours or so, somewhere around there. And a lot of people are scared that they see red, that there's selling going on. You know what I see when I see red? I see people that are actually able to pull money out on a project that they took a risk getting involved in. And they're actually making money to buy their groceries and pay for their gas and pay for their kids back to school, pay that credit card debt down, pay their house note, be able to not have to drive Uber or Lyft or get a second job or help out a family member. People that are never in a situation where they say, I can't withdraw my money. I see people eating when I see red. And I see a smart contract that is stabilizing the system. Even now, what's impressive is there's still more sells than buys, yet the price is still at a very, very high range. Now, you can debate whether or not somebody says it deserves to be there or not. The market doesn't matter about what you deserve. XRP deserves to be more than a $10 coin, but because of a spoiler called the SEC, it has been stuck at that 50 cent to 75 cent range and can't break out of that for the last 5-6 years. But true market value for Ripple should be more than a $10 coin. So it doesn't matter what you deserve. One person said, well, no new project 30 to 45 days deserves to have a market cap that size. I'm like, do you hear yourself? Deserve? It's not about deserve. It's about supply and demand. It's about what does the community want it for? What is the use case? So saying that, that's where we are right now. I want to get into some of the things you guys might have been running into when it comes to people objecting to the project. Now, you've got people who actually will see what this is all about and say no. And I still say to them, hey, that's your prerogative. Just know that when you leave here, your phone is still tracking all of your data. It's still tracking all of your physical activity. And you just choose not to get paid for it. But then there are those who profess to be experts and that it is their role or goal to save other people from getting involved in what they think could be a scam or a Ponzi. That's admirable if you've got all the information. What I do not respect is individuals who refuse to contact the right sources, even when offered, to get the right information and continue to share myths and misunderstandings and flat out lies about the project. So I am not doing this for them because I know they have an agenda. I went and did a deep dive. In fact, I was going to go a completely different route today. It's like the old me was about to come out. But I did a deep dive on some of the biggest critics that's running their mouths out there right now. And I know some of them are either listening to me live or they will watch the recording because they don't want me to know that they're listening to me. I looked at what they're currently doing, and now I understand why they're saying what they're saying. A couple of reasons. One is they are upset they didn't see it first and get involved first and be the first ones to tell their communities about it. So they feel that they might be too late when they're not. This is still so early on, you're not too late. And they're afraid that their members in their community is moving on this without them. So an attempt to save their following from joining what's obviously working, they've got to shed some negative light on it to promote what they're already doing. And I've seen that. I was like, okay, now I understand why you're doing what you're doing. It's not that you don't have the capability of understanding how this project works, it's you don't want it to work because it's going to hurt what you're currently doing right now. And to that, I want to say that GetFit Mining and MoveQuest is not in competition with any network marketing, MLM, or direct sales company. It's a move to earn app. In fact, it's designed to enhance and help whatever it is that you're currently doing. Why not get paid for activity you're already doing? And now you have money, the people who's following you, now they're making some money and they can afford your auto ship and whatever it is that you got going on or whatever it is you want to teach. It's not hurting anybody. So that's what I found. So why I'm taking a more calm, a more relaxed approach to what I'm about to say here. So I took notes on a couple of things so I can address, and I only have to address this once. One thing that people say is only people who got started early make money. Okay, have you ever heard of a gentleman by the name of Mark Yarnell who wrote a book called Your First Year in Network Marketing? Great book, by the way. He even made a video dispelling the myths about network marketing or the MLM model itself. And he did it very eloquently, and I would suggest everyone to watch that video of Mark Yarnell. I'm not going to be as eloquent as him. I'll do another video later on down the road like that. But he says something powerful. He said, in what industry is that not true? That whoever gets started early makes the most money. Those who got started in the railroad industry first, those who got started in the car industry first, those who got started in the space race, those who got started in the computer race, anything, whoever got started first makes the most money. That's just at the bottom line. Okay, how is that a negative? But only people who got started early. Oh, there's more to that. The only people who make money are those who got started early. That's flat out false here. Because if you got started today, you're going to make money today. Because the app is going to backtrack the last 48 hours of activity on your phone. So this is a project based on facts. Every single person who is involved is earning rewards, whether they got started early or they got started today. That's a fact, not a myth, not a guarantee. I am only stating facts, okay? Then you've got, there's no use case for MQT. Sounds like the same people who used to say there's no use case for Bitcoin. Even President Donald Trump said, Bitcoin is a Ponzi, it's a scam, cash is king, there's no use case for it. How many crypto projects are there out there with crypto tokens that have no use case for it, yet these same people are buying into it? I saw one clown say there's no use case for MQT, yet they got a stash of Dogecoin. The creators of Doge created it as a fake scam coin. And then they sold out, tried to rug pull it. And because Elon Musk and Mark Cuban talk about it, next thing you know, everybody wants Doge or Shiba Inu or any others. Well, contrary to popular belief, there is a use case for MQT. Because you can't get fit mining and earn rewards from your physical activity without using MQT to purchase the miners in the first place. So we've created a use case for it. It's the same way. What is the use case for BNB? I mean, it's used to facilitate transactions on the Binance exchange. What's the use case of AVAX? It's used to facilitate transactions and gas fees on the Avalanche blockchain. What's the use case for MQT? It's used for people to purchase an NFT miner that's minted on the blockchain to be able to earn rewards from their physical activity. And not only that, in the future, and this is stuff that's going to become coming that you hear about, there's going to be even more use cases of the actual token itself. This is not some company made up token that's only has no value to it unless they say so. It's on the open market. People can buy and trade it, sell it right now. So there's no use case for MQT. Here's another one. It goes with it. It pays out in its own crypto. First of all, there is no payout system. This is where people, again, don't understand that this is not a company. Bitcoin does not pay out. You can decide when you want to sell your Bitcoin. You are earning rewards of your physical activity in a crypto token called MQT. What you decide to do with that token is up to you. You can decide to hold it and see if it goes up and down in value. You can decide to swap it for another token. Any token, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, whatever you want. You can decide to use it to purchase more miners. You can decide to swap it into USDT and then sell that into cash into your bank. The value of it, of what you quote unquote earn, is based on when you decide to sell. So what if you earned MQT when it was at $3 and you didn't sell it, but you decide to sell it today? Then well, you're selling it at the value that it is today, even though you earned it a month ago. What if you got into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $100 a coin and you didn't sell your Bitcoin for 10 years? What is the value that you earn, that you've received? At whatever point you decide to sell it. You buy a house for $500,000 and the market drops to $250,000. Did you lose money? No. You just lost the value of the home. until you decide to sell the home. If you sell the home at $250,000, you lost money. If you hold it and wait till the market reverses to $750,000, you made a profit. So there is no Get Fit pays me. And I'm speaking to that to those of you inside of the Get Fit community to make sure that you are actually using the right language. Because Get Fit money is not paying you anything. This is not a company. It's a smart contract. Then we got here, it's created by someone who promoted Ponzi schemes in the past. Okay. This is why I am glad that we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. If we find out who Satoshi is, who they are, he, she, or company, or government, then the project, the smart contract called Bitcoin, will be about that individual and that individual's past, rather than the smart contract and its program by itself. Fortunately and unfortunately, we know who the creator of Get Fit Mining is. And as any person, they have a past, just like every single one of you. And if we go by that standard, that based on what somebody's past has been, none of you could be able to throw any rocks inside of a glass house. Every single person inside of crypto, if you've been in crypto and you lost money in something, you were a part of something that might have been a scam or a Ponzi that at one point you believed in, you just didn't know it was a scam or a Ponzi. What I'm looking at is the program itself, how it's working right now, not the creator's past. Because then we can get into debating all day long. Well, is it legitimate what's being said? So you said, well, I read an article on Behind MLM. No, like they're the New York Times or the LA Times, right? Behind MLM. There is not one project, period, in the direct selling space that doesn't have a negative connotation from Behind MLM. Their point is not to report the actual news and the facts. It is a clickbait site to create controversy because controversy sells. It is their business model to talk bad and negative about individuals or projects. That's how they make their money. I take no credence or stock to anything on those tabloid type sites. That's not legitimate. And they're running into their own problems of falsifying information and libel and talking falsehoods. We've got, oh, I forgot to mention that. I mean, you can't live this earth long enough and not be a part of something that didn't go right according to plan. And it wasn't even your design or creation, but people want to hold you to it as if you're the creator. I fall guilty of that all day long. People say Brandon wasn't part of something that he was excited about and believed in. It failed, or the owner pulled a rug pull. It's Brandon's fault. Brandon promotes Ponzi schemes and scams. You know, that comes with the territory. So I'm not concerned about that at all. I mean, we even have a former president who can be accused of promoting scams and defrauding his own charity, creating a false university, yet half the country still loves and supports him. I can go on. And to be on the flip side, people can say that about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and every politician, so I'm not playing sides here. The liquidity isn't locked. We're going to come back to that one. No. Since I said it there, let's bring that in. The liquidity isn't locked. That is a legitimate concern for somebody to have. It is not locked right now, and there's a reason why it's not locked. We are still in the early stages. It is not fully self-sustained yet, and there are detractors and spoilers and hackers out there trying to derail the program. Some flexibility is going to be needed in these early stages to make sure and navigate these choppy waters to get to a self-sustaining space so that it can be locked. Now, if you want more detail on that, then the creator of the project has already gone on record multiple times explaining the plan about the liquidity being locked. For you, if that is that one red flag that you can't get around, don't join the project and wait. That's your prerogative. Don't join it and wait. That is the risk that you're choosing to take if you do get involved. That is a legitimate concern, and it's rightful to have. And it doesn't matter if somebody says, I would never do that. Why would I ever pull a rug pull on somebody? I would have done that years ago. And that may be true. But when you're dealing with millions of people around the world who have been scammed multiple times off of other leaders who have said and created the same exact thing, that I would never lie or I would never do this, and they turn around and do it anyway, you got to be careful. We were even in a situation where we personally know an individual who owned his own company, made the same promises that, oh, I would never do anything like that. I mean, look at what we've done so far. Look at how much time and effort I've put in building this project for all of you. You guys know me. You've known me for years. You know my wife, my daughter. I would never do that. And you know what that individual did? Once he realized he had access to $500 million, he rug pulled his own company, left the country, and left his wife and daughter behind. And we knew that person personally and still did it. Money makes people do funny things. So that is a legitimate concern. So at that's something where you will have to decide, do I take the risk? Do I take the chance or not? You can wait, or you can say, I'm going to go ahead and take that risk early on. I like what I see so far. It looks like it's going to happen, but do so responsibly. You don't put your life savings in something. You put in enough that you can afford to lose, and you want to make your money back as fast as possible so that if something were to go down, if the money got too crazy and Lynette decided to do something crazy, you still don't lose. I don't believe, from what I've seen, because I've worked with her now for 5, almost 6 months, that she would make that move. But I can't guarantee that. Nobody can. And if that's the red herring for you, don't get involved. The next I have here is, there is no proof of mining rigs. No proof of mining rigs. Again, in a decentralized ecosystem, when you come in and you put yourself in the position to buy the mining rigs, so-called, they're not technically mining rigs. They are an NFT with a programmed function. So you are actually minting the NFT live on the blockchain. You're minting it live on the blockchain. Every single one is unique. Every single one has its own unique code to it. Whether it is, not only does it have its own unique code, it also has its own unique characteristics. Not two of these minted NFT miners are the same. They're all different. So, is there proof? Yes, you can go on the blockchain and you can actually see them. What else do we have here? The GFAM token has been abandoned. The GFAM token has been abandoned. Okay, the GFAM token has not been abandoned. You can still submit and claim on the Binance network for GFAM. What they are really saying is that the value of it has dropped and GetFit is not doing anything to make it come up. GetFit cannot do anything to make it come up. It's based on the market. And I already explained at the very beginning what happened to it. The Avalanche chain is designed to prove that the concept will work. Once we have a large enough community on the Avalanche side, then that same community can go back to the Binance side and have enough people and volume to override the sell pressure that is already sitting on the GFAM side. See, there's a whole bunch of sellers on the GFAM side that's just waiting for the price to go up. That's it. They're waiting for the price to go up. Because when the price goes up, what's the first thing that they're going to want to do? They're going to want to sell. That's the first thing that they're going to want to do. Yes, I see this live. Oh, we have another test. Someone just did a $252,000 sell order for 3,080 MQT. So this dropped the price. I love when this happens live with me. It dropped the price from 89 to 73. Now let's sit back and watch and see what happens next. What has happened over and over and over and over and over again? Is that the highest? What was that number again? 200? No, that's not, because the other one was 307. So this one's just 252,000. I know exactly what's going to happen. Give it another 24 hours. And let's see what happens when the smart contract does what it's designed to do. Kick in again. What's another? The fact that somebody was able to pull out $252,000 with you live right now, that should tell you something. Oh, nobody could pull out any money. Really? Someone just pulled out $250,000. Okay, and what about this? It is an MLM or a Ponzi scheme. It is an MLM or a Ponzi scheme. Okay, this is why I referenced Mark Yarnell earlier. And to read the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. First of all, MLM is not illegal. MLM is a legitimate business model that almost every major corporation has utilized in one shape, form, or another. People want to put MLM and Ponzi as it's the same thing. It is not. So if you don't understand the definition of what a Ponzi is or what MLM is, then it's easy for you to be detracted into thinking that anything dealing with that recruiting is going on, that is illegal or it's a scam. That's not true. First of all, what makes something a Ponzi or illegal? The fact that you are exchanging money without the exchange of goods, services, or products. That is illegal. That is a money game. The government says no. They can't track that. You can't tax that. It's just people playing money back and forth. With this project, there is a purchase of a product. You are purchasing miners. You are not sending money to any other person. You are purchasing directly from the blockchain. So wait, I'm not giving money to somebody? No, you're not even giving money to a company. You are purchasing an asset through a smart contract connected to the blockchain. And that asset serves a purpose, and it only serves a purpose if you do something. See, there's a lot of companies out there, like the Forex and the crypto auto traders, that say, give us your money, you don't have to do anything, and we guarantee you're going to make 3%, 5%, 10% a day or a week. And then we're going to pay you on recruiting others. That's a Ponzi. Here, you are purchasing an asset that will only work if you do physical activity, then you report that physical activity, and then you claim it. Now, is there an MLM component attached to this? As of right now, under Get Fit, yes. As of right now, you can share and earn affiliate commission when others purchase the miner. You do not earn if they evolve the miner. You do not earn based on how many MQT they get. You do not get a percentage of their MQT. You're earning a percentage of the miner that is bought on the blockchain because they came through you as a thank you from helping to share and grow the community. When the rebrand goes into MoveQuest, when that takes place, then that part is eliminated. There will be no referral type bonuses anyway. I don't think, I have my own personal feelings on how much of that should happen. But what this at least does is eliminates even the critics out there who would think that whether legitimate or not, the fact that it has an MLM component to it makes it automatically illegal. They won't be able to say that. You earn your rewards not based on recruiting anybody, but based on the asset you purchase and your own physical activity that you report. That's it. Let's see. So that when everybody sells, it will be over. If everybody sold Bitcoin, what happens to Bitcoin? If everybody sells anything for that matter, what happens to it? What this smart contract has shown over and over and over again, that when major sales happen, smart contract kicks in and reverses that, like what just happened while I'm talking. And the sale that just happened is not the largest sale that has ever happened. The largest sale was more than 300,000. This was 250. What? Let me look at this live. 252,000. So that's not even the largest. Dropped it from $89 to $73. And what I see next, I don't see a whole bunch of sell orders after it. That's a panic. I see buy orders taking place. Why? Because you buy the dip. Hell, if I wasn't talking to you right now, you know what I'd do? I'd buy. Because we've seen what's happened before. Although I don't actually want it, because if this rebounds the way it did last time, I think it's going to go higher than what we want it to go. You know, I don't want to see that. You guys can let me know. I don't think that's the wallet, because the wallet that was doing all that before only had 2,700 in it. This one did a 3,000 MQT. So I don't think it's the same individual, but somebody that might have got, hey, they got a 250,000 payday for themselves, and they're going to be kicking themselves later. You guys have seen my presentation where I played the video of the guy talking about someone who sold 189 Bitcoin at $111 when Bitcoin reached an all-time high. What is that 189 Bitcoin worth today? MQT is valuable. I would not be selling like that. So that's another, I call that a rookie move. They're gonna have a good payday, but it's gonna kick them later on. And I like that these individuals get rid of, because there was another one too that said the whales. The whales own all the big wallets. That also is not true. There are not that many whales in this ecosystem. The big wallets that you see is the smart contract itself. You know, people, well, there's one wallet with like 20 million tokens. That's the vault. That's on a time release. That's releasing the MQT on a daily basis. And then the other big major wallets like that is part of the smart contract doing what it does. Then you've got individuals. There's some individuals that might own 4,000, 5,000. I think maybe one individual owns 10,000 MQT, somewhere around there. Could they sell it? Yeah, they could. But again, we've seen what the smart contract has done time and time again. Someone asked me, Brandon, when will you feel that we're in a safe zone? I would say when we've got at least 10,000 users of the product. At least 10,000 users of the product that's submitting and claiming on a daily basis. Right now we're at about 3,500. So we started off with less than 300 35 days ago. So we're getting there. We're still in the red zone where, you know, we watch movements like this and to see how that could impact the community. But we're a small enough size community that we want this to last long term. And I think this has a great chance win. I thought it had an 80% chance of failure. I brought that down now. It's from what I've seen so far, I say it has a 30% chance of failure. Not from the smart contract, again, from the people, the community. And once we get past the 90 days and past 10,000, then I'll bring that failure rate down to probably 10%. you know, because there's always, you got to always leave room when you're dealing with people. People are always people. People can always do crazy things. Let me see. Is there any other thing here? Let's see. Oh, here's one. The market cap is down. Liquidity is at 4.5 million. What that means is 1.9 billion wants to sell, but only 4.5 million is going to be able to sell. And this is from somebody who claims to know they're talking about crypto. In crypto, you have something called a market cap, and you have something called liquidity. A market cap is basically a representation of the value of all the tokens that's out there. Liquidity is your ability to be able to sell at any given time in a 24-hour period what people can actually pull out. So you've got a lot of meme coin projects that come out that they don't have enough liquidity, so if people wanted to sell, there's no money for them to sell. What just happened with MQT, there was enough money there for somebody to sell $252,000 worth. So when this individual sees $1.9 billion market cap, they don't even understand that DEX tools does not, or the DEX screeners does not show a difference between max supply of tokens and circulating supply of tokens. Go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and you can see every token shows you circulating supply, max supply. Bitcoin has a 19 million circulating supply, 21 million totals. It'll take by the year 2140 before there's actually all Bitcoin is in circulation. Right now, there's less than 300,000. Well, are we above that? Because I actually got the exact numbers, and I'm not on Zoom to be able to do share screen. But I think, what are we at with circulating MQT? Man, I just saw that. It's around 300,000 or so, maybe a little bit more than 300,000 total circulating tokens. So if you do that based on the price from this morning, or even the price right now was $73, $74, that's what the real market market cap is. So I don't know what, 26 million? Somewhere 26, 27 million is an accurate market cap size. And those who actually know what we're doing and talking about, when we see a display like that on DEX tools, we know how to make the adjustment. What this clown did was just read that and said, oh, there's not enough, it's 1.9 billion. After saying something like that, I don't even need to have a further discussion with that individual. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm live right now. I am live right now. All right. Let's see another one of that same individual. There are more than 300,000 coins in crypto, but only around 50 to 75 have done anything significant. Here's what I always say in my crypto community, that especially when the crypto storm comes through, it's going to be like the dot-com era, the dot-com bubble burst. We're going to see less than 500 coins and tokens in the world on the market and less than 50 exchanges worldwide. That's my final number, which means most projects aren't going to survive that crypto storm. So I don't know what he was getting at there. It says, and yet you have a Ponzi scheme in a worldwide decentralized open market. When the money flows in, the price goes up. When the money flows out, the price tanks. Wait a minute. Wait. So if I'm looking at Bitcoin, when the money flows in, the price goes up. When the money flows out, the price goes down. Is that not true for everything? Some people talk just because they want to hear themselves and see if they can sound smart. Those who bought in early make all the money. Those who didn't buy in early are the suckers. No, that's not true. You know, in Bitcoin, those who bought in Bitcoin early, those are most of the biggest losers. You want to know why? Because they sold most of their Bitcoin before 2018. The people who's made the most money in Bitcoin didn't get started until after Bitcoin was more than $20,000 a coin. BlackRock is either the second or the top. Oh no, right now they're the third. They're the third largest custodian of Bitcoin in the world. And they just got started in February of this year, right before the Bitcoin ETF. They're one of the wealthiest holders of Bitcoin, and they're brand new. They didn't get started early. The losers were those who sold when the value of the token was cheap. So that's a false statement. Let's see. And then I found out again that this individual is promoting an automated crypto trading platform. So that's why y'all butthurt about what MQT is doing. Oh, here's something else. So we're going to be addressing this all week. It costs too much or is too expensive to submit and claim. It costs too much or is too expensive to submit and claim. How can I address this without really going into mindset? There's always a cost of doing business. This is dealing with the blockchain. Every transaction you do, there's transaction fees and there's gas that needs to be paid. Some exchanges or blockchains are cheaper than others. Avalanche blockchain is a spinoff from the Ethereum network, Ethereum being the most expensive. Solana, one of the cheapest out there. BNB, somewhere in between. But there's a cost. If you are mining Bitcoin, do you know what the cost of mining Bitcoin is? You know, in the early days, and this is the mistake I made. When I first heard about Bitcoin, I thought it was nothing but monopoly money being used by nerds who live in their mom's basement playing World of Warcraft all day. I didn't think that there was anything real to it, that it was going to go anywhere, that it was any use value to it outside of gamers. I was wrong. And in those early days, almost anybody could mine Bitcoin. All you needed was a computer rig with some CPU power, because there wasn't that many miners out there. There wasn't that much competition. And they weren't mining like 2 Bitcoin or 5 Bitcoin. They were mining hundreds, if not thousands of Bitcoin in those early days. Remember, how much Bitcoin did it cost to do the very first purchase? 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was flowing like water in those early days. But do you think you can mine Bitcoin today? The average person? The average person would have to, you would need an enormous amount of mining power, electricity. You got to buy the hardware, program the software, take the manpower to do it, maintain it. I'm spending $99 a month right now on freaking Connect for this automatically mining, 20 plus miners I got over there. I have a third party mining it for me. I got to pay for that. $99 a month. That's more than $1,200 a year to maintain my mining business on that side. And I still believe that has a 90% chance of failure. Here, every transaction has a cost. Right now, 66 cents per miner. Not based on if you have a Lenny or a Omega. Doesn't matter which miner you have. 66 cents per miner. So it might be more profitable for you to have higher miners possible. In fact, if you guys were paying attention to Herschel Crow actually broke down, if you're on a budget and people say, should I purchase 7 Lennies or should I get a few miners and upgrade them up? Listen to what he said on that, on the economics of that. Purchase just a few miners, upgrade them up to primary, ultra, maybe alpha, and that it might be giving you the same mining power at the same cost that if you purchase 7 Lennies, but now when you're doing your submissions cost will be less. The average person in MQT right now is earning about $97 a day. Let me repeat this. Not speculation, not a guarantee. The average person, a part of the MoveQuest project, is earning about $97 a day. This is a fact. Now that number could change tomorrow. It could change next week. So we're talking about almost $3,000 a month. Is a book needs to be written about that. That is a success. Because in network marketing or MLM, the average person never makes $500 to $1,000 in a year. Yet right now, as a fact, not a guarantee, the average person is making $97 a day. So if it's 66 cents, let's say if it costs you $40 a week to do your submissions and claims. If that's what it costs you, that's $180 something dollars a month for you to receive almost $3,000 in rewards value based on whatever the price of the token is. That's the cost of doing business. If you can't afford it, don't do it. And why is it so important? Because do you know where that money is actually going? That money is designed to help build and sustain the self-sustaining ecosystem. That's why it's self-perpetuating. We're putting it right back into the system. And that's what keeps it going. So budget accordingly to what you can personally do. Some of you may be able to do more. Some of you may be able to do less. I know people say, well, it's easy for you to say, Brandon, because you make so much money. Nah, I had to start somewhere. I had to pay the price. I will do a little bit of mindset on this one. Now, I was listening to an audio from Kevin Trudeau years ago, and he was talking about how he was in New York, and he was in a meeting with millionaires. And there was a guy coaching saying, hey, I am doing a seminar next month in San Diego. And that seminar, whoever goes, 12 months after that, the average person will make $1 million in the next 12 months. The information that I teach, that I'm going to give, will help the average person will make $1 million in the next 12 months if they execute the plan. The cost of you flying there is your cost, and the cost of attending is $5,000. Now, remember what Kevin said when he first heard the information, he said, I'm there. And then he said, it's going to cost you $5,000. He said, I'm not going to be there. Because there's no guarantee. I don't have $5,000. It might be too expensive. Don't you have something for us little guys out there that maybe not $1 million in 12 months, but what about just 100,000? Don't you have a discount? Can I get a special? Not everybody can afford it. You don't understand. People have 1 job, 2 jobs. They're stay at home. They got lives. Not everybody has $5,000. That's why most people stay broke. I don't care what it is you want to achieve in life. There's a cost that comes with it. It could be in time. It could be in money. It could be in physical effort. But there is always a price that needs to be made. The reason why most people don't succeed is because they're too busy focused on what it's going to cost them rather than being focused on what the benefit of it's going to be. Another gentleman said, instead of focusing on how much it's going to cost, focus on the fact that what you're going to lose by not making it happen. And is there a risk? Absolutely there's a risk. The only guarantee is you go to your 9-to-5 job and you get that little paycheck that is not sustaining you twice a month. If you want a guarantee, you stick with that and stay out of this business. Stay out of this industry, period. If you're concerned about what the cost is going to be without having a plan to at least make sure that you mitigate your risk and you can make up whatever the cost is. So is there a cost to submitting and claiming every day? Yes. That's the cost of doing business, and that's the cost of sustaining this ecosystem. And if that cost is too high, if you say, man, I used to make $250 a day, and because of the cost, I'm only making $100 a day, that's not worth it to me. Okay, then that's not worth it to you, to be making another $3,000 a month. then make the decision and go. It's not worth it to you. But here's another way to look at this. You pay the cost now, and you may not think you see the profit that you might want. But you did that when the price was at $3. And then 30 days later, the price went up to 100. And you still have those same tokens that you was mining. What's the value now? So do not look at this as a get rich quick. If you want to look at how I'm looking at this, I'm looking at this as how much can I accumulate now, so that in the next 3 to 5 years, what will the value of it be then? That's not a guarantee it's going to be. I'm taking that risk. It might not be worth nothing in 3 years. But what if it is? What if it does? That's a risk. People want guarantees in life. There is nothing guaranteed but death and taxes. So, as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I share information for entertainment, educational, and training purposes only. It is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. I cannot guarantee what you would earn by being a part of this project outside of the math, that we have a good idea on what the value of the token will be based on the size of the community, which means the size of the people using the product and doing submissions and claims every day. We can kind of guarantee what that will be because it's based on math, not hope, not speculation, just numbers. Numbers are perfect, people are not. There are 3 things that will determine what you earn by being a part of this project. Number 1, your level of physical activity. I don't know what that's going to be. You might do 4,000 steps a day. Someone else might do 70,000 steps a day. 7,000. Somebody might do 20,000. I don't know your level of physical activity. I don't know how many hours you sleep. I don't know if you're going to turn on your workouts or not. The second thing is, what miners do you have working for you? I don't know if you've got 5 Linnies, 2 Linnies, 4 Omegas, or what. That's up to you. And then the last thing is, what is the value of the token when you decide to sell it? Not when you receive it and you earn it. When you decide to sell it, what is the value? I see the value just went up now. Now it's 74. Let's see if this kicks in while I'm live. I don't think so. It's probably going to happen in a couple hours. Oh, I forgot about that. I like that. We are the dump and pump, not pump and dump. And I would much more rather get rid of these weak hands early than later when it skyrockets. Early. Get them out the way. They're the spoilers of a project. But this has survived and is impressive. There were some other numbers. Lynette actually sent me some stuff. I might have to do a video about it. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I already posted this in our Telegram group. The fees are based on the market value of the token. Yeah. The average Linny after fees is earnings $2.68 per day, $80 per month. Yeah, about $80 per month in fees to earn, what, $3,000 a month? Anyways, I hope you guys learned something new. As always, that's the point. This is a risk to be involved in the project, as everything else is. Do your own research. Don't even listen to me. People say, why should I listen to you, Brandon? You shouldn't. Because I make decisions that's best for me. My decisions the moves I make may not be in the best interest of you. Do your own research, not speculation, and definitely don't listen to a clown who's promoting something else while trying to throw salt on what MQT is all about to make themselves and their project look good. Do your own research. And to those special critics, the invitation is open because the creator of the project has no problem. In fact, she loves to break down the tokenomics and show you the numbers, which one of them I just found out she actually did, and he is still out there spouting the same nonsense that was disproven, which, like I said, leads me to believe they don't actually want to know the facts. That doesn't matter. I gave this guy answer after answer, and he always came up with something else. You keep kicking that goalpost. So that leads me to believe you really don't want to know. You don't really want to know. You just want to be a spoiler, and you're trying to protect what you think is your own company and that you're going to lose if you don't. I see you, and I will never need to do this again. So if anybody comes to me, so-and-so said this, I'm just going to show you this video. So-and-so said that, I'm just giving you this video. So I'm never addressing this again. You know, only second place finishers are looking at the winner. I'm looking at the goal line. And I'm blocking everybody else out because they don't matter. We don't need them. All right? So I will be back to work tomorrow. I came out a little early to share this. I'll be back to work tomorrow. I'm doing a presentation for MoveQuest at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And then Herschel Crow and Ken will be doing a training at 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. The same day. So mine is like an overview of what this is all about. And they're going to show you underneath the hood. So if you are a critic, and most of the critics, a lot of them, they just don't understand it. And so if they don't understand it, then it's obviously a scam to them. And I understand because they've never seen anything like this before. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't work in their eyes, yet it is. It must be a scam. So if they actually want to know, they can show up and learn the details like I did. And you can also request, if you want to watch the interview I did with Lynette and her team, you can do that as well. Nobody's hiding anything. Oh yeah, and then for the people who say, well, it's not a company. There's no corporate headquarters. That's what decentralization means. There's no company called Bitcoin. There's no corporate address called Bitcoin. There are no even names. When you sign up, you're not signing up with your name. You're signing up with your wallet. It's decentralized. We don't know who is. It's just wallet address. But I'm glad for all of you who's finally having a win in this space. And I encourage you to get educated so you know what to do responsibly. So that even if something were to go wrong, we hope it doesn't, but I can't guarantee that it won't. Even if something were to go wrong, you still put yourself in a winning position no matter what. Follow that. Oh yeah, Lynette did want me to also share this as well. Again, as a crypto expert, I'm going to give you guys a suggestion. Since there are a lot of eyeballs on this project now, that also is going to bring not just the critics, but it's going to bring the scammers and the hackers. This is why I say education is important. You've got to know how to protect yourself. Do not hold all of your MQT in one wallet. Okay? Have it, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have it spread out amongst places. You will never know what my whale wallets are because I don't have any. All right? I'm not putting a target on my back. So do not keep all of your MQT in one wallet, especially MetaMask. Especially those of you iPhone holders that like to keep everything on the cloud. Get educated so you know how to protect yourself and what to do. Most people who lose their crypto, it's not because of an outsider, but it's because of something you did that could have been prevented. Self-error that could have been prevented. Even Mark Cuban lost $750,000 off of something stupid he did. All right, so with that, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. For those of you who are now actually curious and want to learn what this is all about, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Get back to whoever sent you to listen to me today. They will send you a Zoom link. And then following that on jointhemovementum.com, training with Herschel Crow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Brandon Ivey out. Keep calm. The Crypto King is here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.